With the Warriors game, talk about luxury. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Recipe Podcast. Your boy BQ. I'm with my dog right here, C.Los. If you haven't tapped in, make sure you tap in. We have Lifted Barbershop. The homie Lifted ain't here at the moment, but he here spiritually. Get well soon, Lifted. So for the ones that don't know, Carlos has been my homie damn near since first grade. I ain't gonna say kindergarten because I was on the east side at that time. Carlos is in Mexico at C.Los to be exact. No.
Guadalajara. So where I was living and I opened up my own shop at, there was only about 3 barbershops in the area within a
Jalisco,
5-mile radius.
Jalisco?
Yeah, Jalisco.
5 miles. So that's like what, from south side to downtown?
Yeah, so the window of opportunity was pretty big. I got in there, a lot of people started fucking with me. They saw that my barbershop name, I called it Fresh Cuts Barbershop.
Yeah.
So they kind of saw the American name.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, it had an urban theme to it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it had an urban theme. And the name kind of brought people's attention. I decked out the place hella solid, had my boy Drain, BRS, do a sick ass mural. He got down, it was an open mural, so people were getting cut up as he's doing the mural, and it attracted a lot of people's attention.
Yeah.
To get people to sit down, it wasn't really that hard just because over there they're so used to salons. Barbershops are barely hitting right now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna imagine, because the thing what I was gonna ask you too is that were you like the only Americanized barbershop? Or were there other people that were from like United States that went over there to cut hair too?
They were my teachers. Shout out Cali Cuts.
Damn.
They were from Orange County. They were immigrants. Ended up getting caught up. They got deported. They took their hustle out there, and now they're really like killing the game out there.
Damn. In Jalisco too?
Yeah. Well,
like a franchise?
Yeah, bro. My boy George, he was the instructor. He actually has a whole bunch of schools right now that he's opening up barbering stores. Because nobody really knew about barbering out there. It was mainly just salon type cuts.
Damn.
Barbering barely hit like about 2 years ago, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine, because like the economy there is a little different than here. So like some of the businesses that are more familiar here are like barely starting over there. So you said 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago. And the crazy thing out there is like, it's not like out here. You don't really need a permit or a license. Anybody
can hustle, anybody can sell.
Pick up some clippers and call themselves a salonist or hairstylist or barber. But the job is really what defines yourself, you know?
That's crazy. So like you said, 3 barbershops. Your homie Cali Cuts?
Yeah, Cali Cuts.
So they kind of started their own empire in a sense.
They're the ones, they're running it out there right now, bro.
That's amazing.
They got all the barber expos, all the barber shows. They go all around Mexico.
So they basically took a shitty situation and made it into an opportunity. That's dope. Because a lot of people have seen like getting deported. You know, I have family members that got deported from Nicaragua and shit that came to the United States and got some trouble or some job issue, legal issues, and that became the worst thing that happened to them. But to hear that somebody made an opportunity out of that, that's a unique situation.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. They had a vision for me, bro. If I would have stayed, they actually wanted me to compete in a part of their group. They wanted me to get into the Cali Cuts barber team.
So they had like a community?
Yeah, they had a community. And since I was actually born out here and I had my passport, I was kind of going to be like the figure image for them outside of Mexico, you know? My boy George, he wanted me to like, because he had his visa, so he was the only one that could actually travel and leave Mexico. And he wanted to like do big things with me, but I ended up opening up my own shop. Everything started going really well. People started really fucking with me. I just kept on hustling right there.
So did you work with them first and cut hair with them, or did you already just go straight into your own business, like your own spot?
So I was in their courses, finished their school, and then I got into some land. Ended up copying some property out there, and I pretty much created my own business. I was gonna work at a barber shop out there, but the pay rates are super shitty out there. You know, the economy in Mexico, just like any other Central American country, the wages are
hella low.
A lot of people don't really
Can't even survive all that
shit. You're not made into like money. You pretty much gotta bust your ass all your life for a shitty pay.
So let me get this straight. Economically, because that shit's important. Because people in the United States take their poor situation and they see it as the worst thing ever, but really we're privileged because at the end of the day, you're not really suffering. So real ass shit. So you're saying like if you ain't born into wealth, you kind of like...
You struggle all your life, man. I remember I wasn't living in the best neighborhood out there, but there'd be a whole bunch of little kids that would just follow me and stuff. I had a whole bunch of stuff, my clothes, they really like it, they've never seen it. I ended up like, their families, they didn't have money to buy them stuff, so I ended up buying them like a whole bunch of like sports balls, like basketball, soccer balls, volleyballs, baseballs. My grandma would be like, nah, don't waste your money on them, like, you know, they're just gonna mess everything up, but that's not the way that I looked at it, you know. I saw that, like, I seen it like kind of in a way helping them stay like out of the streets by doing positive things, you know.
And plus something like that, it might be meaningless to you or people from out here is like a lot for someone out there.
Like, I remember these kids, I bought them a soccer ball, bro. They were bro, they looked like they were about to start like crying. It was crazy, but like the way it made me feel.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because like my pops, you know, like we would go visit Nicaragua every other year, and my dad kind of started this little charity thing. Like he didn't brand it, he didn't like make it a point to like make it a non-profit or something. All he did is that he would spend like probably like a band, 2 bands worth of like toys and resources, soap, and he would even get like the DJ, and basically in front of my grandma's house in Granada, which is like a small pueblo in Nicaragua. It's like about 10-15 miles away from the capital, Managua. And like everybody, the thing about like living in another Central American country, everybody knows who your family is. If they're from the States, they'll be like, oh, usted es la hijo de Eddie Quintanilla? Like, they know exactly who you are and shit. I'm like, what? Like, I've been going to the...
Man, I have all my family out there.
Bro, I go to the fucking, the Mercado and shit. They'll be like, oh, usted es la hijo de Ru, huh? Like, they already know who I am. I'm like, what? How the fuck you know who I am and shit? You stalking me? Low key, though.
It's all small little things you could like...
So, like...
Reputation could be...
Yeah, so like it didn't take much for people to know who my dad was, you know. Like my dad started doing that every year, and then basically like in front of my grandma's house there'll be a line of people, bro. It'll be like from right here to like Virginia, like that's how long the line would be, and it would just be kids, like just hella young kids, young teenagers, all waiting in line. And my dad would give like a basket, a small little basket, and it'll have hella candy in it. It would have money. It would have at least like $20, and $20, not even like $20 to $50, and American money and over there in pesos is like what, 17 pesos for $1 American dollar. So you could buy like 3 plates of food, and that's enough for like a month worth of food and shit, to be real.
Yeah, bro. When I went out there, the dollar was at 23 pesos. It was crazy, bro. I was over here buying lunches and breakfast for like $1.25.
Hell yeah, bro. I get
the most firest fucking
best food
ever, bro. Like
I get fritangas and shit.
I never found a place out here in the U.S. that can beat a spot out there, you know.
Hell no. That's the thing too, like that culture shift for some people. All right, bro. Be smooth, man. That culture shift is real. So that's like, so do you feel like, wait, were you born here or you born in Mexico?
I was born here.
So like, born here, raised here a little bit, going back and forth, like, you feel like going out there gave you a better perspective on life?
Definitely made me realize not to take it things for granted a whole lot, bro. Honestly, I was just out here fucking around. I had a whole different vision of me than being a barber, But out there really opened up my eyes and showed me to value my family a whole lot more. Spend as much time possible, appreciate anything. Like even the littlest things, it doesn't even matter if it's what it is, just be grateful because people in other places can't even.
All right, see you later, Kuya. The Warriors, man. They got to get that dub.
Dub Nation.
The whole nation.
Yeah, bro, but it definitely mature a lot.
So that's a barber community growing in Mexico, Jalisco.
Shit's live out there, bro. Trust me, like.
And I've never been to Mexico. I've been to Nicaragua, but like, it's totally different countries.
Might have to take the recipe one time to Mex.
Go to the Mexico. I heard it'd be lit. Every people going to.
Bro.
So like, what's the perspective of Cabo and Cancun to people that are actually from Mexico? Like, what do they think about those places?
Those places are really nice then, but it also, not a lot of people could actually go there, bro. It's really expensive to be out in places like that. That's why it's more of a tourist site, because people from out of the country are making different wages. People from Mexico, I'm telling you, if you're not born into a rich family, then the way you look at those places is like, maybe I'll work out there because you get more money than out here,
So how is someone born into wealth? Like, what are some of the common occupations that people have that make them like, privileged and wealthy in Mexico?
So before, you used to have to do a lot with land. You owned a lot of land and you had a lot of money. Over time, they started selling their land, put their kids in school, and there's a whole bunch of engineers, a whole bunch of doctors. Pretty much, if you get into like a college and you get your degree, you're set out there, People really, they really want to go to college out there. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is for sure a thing. I mean, even when they come to America, they're always like, va a estudiar, go to school. Like, what made you come back to the U.S.?
Everything was going real smooth. I had my own business. I still have the place to this day. But my skills were just improving really well. I had my boy Sammy hit me up. He was talking about how he was planning on opening up another shop out here. Super good opportunities and stuff. Me being born out here, I didn't really see an issue with coming back just because it was so easy for me.
Yeah.
So I brought my skills back to my city and thankfully, thanks to Sammy, gave me the opportunity, and we out here making moves with the barbershop 1 year.
So how did you meet Sammy? Because I know Sammy, everybody knows Lifted, you know what I'm saying? So like, how did you...
I know him as Sammy.
So like, how did you... what was your first relationship with Sammy, and then how did that transition into you being that person he wanted you to reach? Like, how come he reached out to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, why was that important for you?
Man, homies back since 7th grade, man. Taking it back to Davis Intermediate Middle
Shit,
School.
that real South Side.
That real South Side. You from the South, and you from Davis, you a real South Side. I don't know about Herman or Bernal.
A lot of hitters came out of the Davis, man.
But I met Sam back at Davis, bro, playing soccer. If you don't know us, we got a team at Civic Creek Sportsplex with the Ballers. Anybody can come watch us whenever they want, Wednesdays and Tuesdays. So we used to do it back at the Davis field.
So like now you out here at Lifted Barbershop, right here in downtown area, on the borderline of downtown, heading a little north. So how's your clientele here now? You know what I'm saying? Like why is it important for you to be here now? Because now you went from that whole situation to here, like.
It's actually pretty crazy, bro, because I actually used to I was back and forth with my elementary schools, and one of them is actually down the street from right here, so it's a little tricky seeing growing up somewhere. And now you actually work down the street, but it was definitely a hustle, man. Like, I came out here with nothing. I came back with my clippers, my little toolbox, praying for an opportunity, and
you winning
you
though.
just gotta work hard, you know.
You winning because like a lot of people in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley, they have to commute. A lot of people live that commute life, and you just got to go down one road. For people that don't know, man, if you go from South Side to downtown area, it's just Monterey all the way there. The oldest street in San Jose too.
Always has construction too, man. You know it's gonna give you a headache.
And gentrifiers giving them a reason. Then gentrification giving people a reason to construct shit.
Shit, bro. I remember being at the barbershop. The Sam didn't open up right away, so I had to get myself in some spot. And man, that owner was crazy, bro. Like, you know, I didn't have no clientele whatsoever, so whatever I would make, I was praying I had enough for rent. And every time I got more busier and busier, he would just want to keep raising the rent on me. At this point, I was just over it, but there wasn't really no barbershops that were going to take an unlicensed barber at the time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I just had to, I just had to go with it, bro. Like, sometimes there's a saying that they say sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You might want more, but that's the only opportunity you have. You just take as much advantage of it.
So you feel like you were seeing the bigger picture in the long run, or you feel like that was just you being patient?
I definitely saw the bigger picture because I knew I was hungry and I knew what I wanted. But at the same time, I just had to just go with it. In the meantime, I was waiting on Lyft to give me that car, and he shot that car that he was about to make that move.
Hell yeah.
I told him whenever you're ready, I got your back. Sure enough, Lyft created a team. Now we're 1 year strong, man.
And 1 year anniversary coming up too.
Hustling, bro. Just hustle,
Hell yeah.
Don't give up on the hustle, bro.
Hell yeah, I feel that, man. This fucking Emlyn thing's been a marathon.
Everybody, they always want to do something. They always have dreams and goals, but they think they're going to get it in 2 months, 3 months. But shit, man, it took me damn near a year just to get to where I'm at, And it was all just patience.
So society labels millennials as greedy. They're hungry for quick results. You feel like that stigma is gonna kind of create a stronger society of younger people? Because all of us are gonna take, at the end of the day, if we chase shortcuts, we're gonna be disappointed. They don't really things with big outcomes take longer than expected. Longer equations. It takes time to build something big. So everyone that's in the hunt for a shortcut, you feel like society will build a stronger, as younger people, you think we'll be stronger as the OGs because of the fact that our mentality is we want something sooner, but we gotta take the L sooner than they did because they were willing to go through the long route? Or do you feel like that's just gonna make a bunch of disappointed people? That makes sense.
I would definitely have to say society does play a big role. A lot of people do care about what other people really think, and in reality, you can't really think about other people's opinions, It's your life. No matter what you want to do, you just gotta do it, man. People are always gonna hate. There's not really a lot of love out here in San Jose. Not a lot of people want to work with each other. Everybody wants to just open their mouth and they don't even know somebody, And never even took the time of day to actually be like, you know what? I want to meet this person. I'm going to kick it with them and see what they're about. But they'd rather just jump to conclusion,
Are you that social bird?
I'm a little social, I try. I be really busy with work, so it's kind of hard sometimes being super tired. I be having some people that know me off of social media, but I show love back. I can't, I'm not that type of person to hate or nothing. You never know, you're going to be in that kind of position.
Woo! Hell yeah. That's just a skill. You got the bar to talk to somebody, that means that you're willing to network.
That's all it's about, bro. Networking.
Especially in the barber community, because you rack up clientele by somebody just digging your personality. Getting a haircut is therapeutic for some people. When I was getting my haircut with Sammy, like over the years, I was venting to this fool about all my ideas with Emlyn. When he was at Evergreen Barbershop, we were just talking about hella business shit, like how to invest, what to do with the next play. Like, it's crazy how far we've come, you know? Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like the culture we have in South San Jose, like, everybody kind of knows each other, but like we know each other for good reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that person does this, they're good at that. Like, everybody kind of has their own talent, their own niche. It's like diverse, you feel me? Like, we got athletes, you got barbers, you got people in business, rappers. Everybody like respects each other mutually. I mean, probably San Jose as a whole, but like from where I grew up, I feel like that's how it was.
Oh yeah, man. It's good seeing people from your community rise up and actually take lead and charge and doing stuff, you know?
Who are some people?
A bunch of people that I went to elementary school and now I just see them and it's like, damn, you know, they're doing well off, just on their own, building their own companies, creating their own.
Oh shit! All right, put that back out there. Yeah, I got you. All right, bro. See you. So, who's somebody in San Jose that stands out to you that you knew that like, oh shit, like I knew that guy, like he really cooking some shit up now. Besides Sammy, you know, because we both know him.
There's this dude, man. I haven't seen him in a minute, to be honest. His name is Joey. I know you remember Joey.
Joey who?
White boy Joey.
Joey Ledesma?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he used to be my neighbor. I mean, I think he still is my neighbor, to be real.
Yeah, bro. I hadn't had no communication with him in a minute. Added me on Instagram and this, you know, I see he got his own business going and it's just like, you know, like that.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that. That's his own business? I know what he's doing. He does like tiles and like architect and shit like that, right?
Yeah, he does it all to his name and stuff. He's building like an image for himself, you know?
Damn, I didn't even know that.
It's dope seeing like people become their own entrepreneurs, you know, because a lot of people really put all their time and effort into these corporations, thinking they're going to take care of them forever. And then in the long run, sometimes they end up biting them in the ass, you know?
Yeah, they fall out. I see a lot of these big retailers and shit about to go out of business. Especially because tech and shit taking over industries and like making people lose jobs. Like right now, Elon Musk is about to be responsible for these self-driving cars, and now all these truck drivers I know from like DBI and all these other merchandising companies, like they about to go out of business because what? You're gonna have self-driving trucks taking transportation from state to state without having employees in it. Like that's 400,000 truck drivers. That's a lot of people.
That truck driving industry been around for years. You know, I got a fucking uncle out there in Mexico that he goes on one trip. It's a whole month, 30 days on the road. You know.
Hell yeah, I do remember that. When I worked at Verizon, there was people that from Florida. Oh, we just coming here, dropping off a load, we coming back. Like I was like, damn, you guys do that shit? That's hella for it.
You ask them where they're from, and it's like, oh, I'm from New York, I'm from North Dakota. It's like, damn, what you doing all the way out here in Cali?
And that's hella money, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's smart for these companies to buy the robots versus the grumpy guy complaining about his salary with injuries and Medicare and all that shit. Like, that's all money added up. They're gonna save thousands, millions.
It's like the car's gonna talk to all the people.
Hey, AI really about that right now.
They're trying to get on to all that robot shit, but
What do you think about robots doing haircuts?
shit.
Woo!
C.Los
C.Los.
better than me. I'm gonna have to fade him up, you know.
Fade all these bro.
They gonna win against me, boy.
Fucking robots out here really doing some work.
We on some iRobot shit.
That's crazy. To believe that shit's like right now it's its peak.
It's possible though, you know, like before we used to see it in the movies, like oh haha, laugh about it, but we keep growing, you know, 10 years from now, who knows how advanced they're gonna be with robots.
As a society, I feel like what's that gonna do for people that are poor? Because like let's be real, like a basic job is retail and all those labor jobs. Eventually, like technology is gonna simplify all that shit. You know, we live in the heart of that shit.
I mean, you go to the mall now and there's already a little RoboCop,
a little fucking
around and shit. It's like what?
At Valley Fair, huh?
That shit crazy, bro. It's like, you
I wonder if they have those at all the malls in the U.S. or if it's just around here. Because we be living in an advanced area, but I don't feel like people understand.
Valley, man, that's where it's at right now. People think there ain't no money out here, but this is the place to be right now.
Yeah, I was talking to my
entrepreneur. You can do anything out here right
my boss was telling me like the owner of the company I work for. He was just talking hella game, talking about like, damn, you like, you know, right now tech is like the most profitable business model. Like the thing about a software is that you don't need to keep buying t-shirts to reinvest to make money to profit. Like with technology, you can make one piece of software, it'll cost you that price always, and then that one time you buy it, it'll be good for millions of models. Like you can, it's so profitable, and they sell it for so high. They sell it to businesses. They don't sell it to like consumers. So like we don't even see how much money they really be making. But Jeff Bezos didn't pay no taxes, man.
Yeah, they just trying to get rid of the lower class. You know, it's sad. So like natives and people that have been here for years that really know these lands.
Well, the thing about tech is that there's pros and cons. There's a lot of more benefit than there is negative with tech, you know. Because at the end of the day, their job is to make things simpler, easier. But for us as humans, we have to evolve, you know, like we have to adapt. That's what we always have done, you know. We went from radio to television to cell phones. Like we've always adapted to whatever has been provided. We went from agriculture, like from making our own crops, making our own, cropping our own chickens and shit, to fucking buying our own shit at the store. Like whatever the next phase is, humans always adapt.
Now they out here making lab chicken, lab meats.
Damn, fucking Toronto.
This right here, boy.
Damn, Toronto 7970. Look at this. Oh. Drake disrespectful, man. Out here with the Del Curry jersey and shit. Where's 40 water? Hurricane, but you can call me Slurricane. That's already the third quarter, bro. Tommy flying. If I'm lying, I'm buying. Entrepreneur. So many companies have been made out here in the Bay. Drew's Ice Cream, Wells Fargo, Tesla, Facebook, LinkedIn, Amazon, Netflix. Fuck.
E40, he's a rapper now. Over here making champagne. All this stuff. You got Burner.
Burner is the game changer, though. Burner, people don't understand what Burner doing right now. People are so asleep on Burner. Burner got, not only does he have all those companies, then they're all ecos. So you got Santa Cruz Shredder, Ham 2.0, The Battle App, Cookies Strain, Cookies Clothing. What else? Vibes Paper. Fuck. His music. G-Pens. And on top of that, like, he's the only person that has branded a strain of weed with a logo. Like, people don't realize how big that is. Now that the market is getting like on getting their hands on like branding on cannabis, Burner was the first one to really start doing that shit. And on top of that, he's a rapper, so he has influence on his own fans. Like, remember that song where he put out, was it Status? That song slap. He's all like, throw them raws in the trash and light up a vibe. I'm like, holy shit. He's basically telling you what to do, man, as a consumer, man. What the fuck? He's predicting consumer behavior.
He knows, man. He got the followers, you know? He's that much of
And now cannabis celebrity is a thing now. You know that shit? The cannabis celebrities that I know about is, what, that guy Cheech and Chong, Tommy Chong, whatever. Snoop Dogg, Seth Rogen, Wiz Khalifa, and Burner. But I feel like Burner ain't even really like that recognized yet. And he's probably the one that's probably the most like, bro, first off, Burner gave Wiz Khalifa his strain, Khalifa Kush. He's the reason for that. I don't know, man. Northern California got the best tree in the world. In the world. Shout out to Humboldt County. We got a city called Weed. People don't even know that shit.
It's crazy, man. Crazy how far Canada's came too.
Have you heard about Weed, California?
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours north of like San Francisco or some shit.
Yeah.